What we just saw was completely embarrassing. We lost this game 21-9. We did score a touchdown. It was the last play of the game. But you want to know how we scored this touchdown? We scored it because, believe it or not, we decided to throw the ball down the field. Not this short shit, not this play action bootleg bullshit where we're going 3 yards in front of the fucking line of scrimmage. That's what we did 99% of this game up into that last drive. We did short shit. We were playing today like pussies. We were playing today in order not to lose. We weren't playing big ball football. We weren't playing gutsy. We weren't playing to win this fucking football game. We were playing today to be conservative. We were playing today not to make mistakes. We, as a football team, need to play to win. You don't win football games by doing short shit. Sometimes it works. Great. Most of the times, as we see in Chicago, it doesn't fucking work. That's on you, Nagy. That's on you. Mitch, enjoy your time elsewhere. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Mitch is back. I love Mitch. He's the guy. He's the homie. Second pick in the draft. We'll be thankful for your time in Chicago. You drove us down the field against the Eagles. Cody Parkey fucked it up. You drove us down the field at the end of the game today, but we did a lot of stupid other shit that couldn't get going offensively. Williams dropped a touchdown pass. We weren't playing good defense. Enjoy your time elsewhere. I think you can be a good starting quarterback in the right system. Yeah, I think that system might be New England. Enjoy your time there. Allen Robinson, enjoy your time somewhere else. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're getting Allen Robinson back. If I was Allen Robinson, I know for a fact I'm a top 10 receiver. Fuck Chicago. Fuck Chicago. I'm not coming back to this shit. Are you kidding me? Yeah, 102 receptions going into this game. Woo! Big deal. Nobody gives a shit. This team fucking sucks. This coaching staff fucking sucks when it comes down to it. They never, and I mean ever, wanted to adjust things that needed to be adjusted. Last offseason, we spent this whole ordeal thinking about, well, we are one step away. We're one piece away, and that is quarterback. We didn't address the fact that our secondary was getting depleted. We didn't address that fact. That bit us in the ass today. We didn't address the fact that we don't necessarily have the greatest receivers. Yeah, Mooney's been great for us. Mooney probably is going to be our number one receiver next year, and I love Mooney. A-Rob, he's been great. We never really had that third receiver. Miller, he's been inconsistent. Miller today, he got ejected. He wasn't playing disciplined football, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't even know if he's going to be there next year. I'm not going to hate on any Bears players. That's not what I do. They're all the boys. They're all part of Chicago. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know if Miller's back. Don't know if A-Rob's back. Don't know if Mitch is back. Don't know if Deshaun Gibson's back. Don't know if Cairo Santos is going to come back. I don't know who comes back. Kyle Fuller. Don't even know if we're going to have him next year. Yes, we have him signed next year. But the problem is, he wasn't playing good football. He really hasn't played great football outside of his contract here. Eddie Jackson. You would think Eddie Jackson would be safe. This guy today, he committed an offsides penalty that was detrimental to us on 4th and 3rd. He was missing tackles. Eddie Jackson was miserable. The one bright spot of this game, in my opinion, honestly, was Duke Shelley. He played solid. He got an interception. He played solid. Or, I don't know if he wasn't the one that got the interception. Dorm dropped the interception. It didn't count, whatever. But Duke Shelley, he played a solid game. Kyle Fuller, he got beat. We were playing a lot of zone defense. Pagano, goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. Your bags, your suitcase, it's all packed. It's all on your front step. Goodbye. See you later. Don't come back. Nagy, I wish I could say the same thing about you. I don't know why Virginia McCaskey or Ryan Pace or whomever made the statement that your job is safe. I don't know who said it. I don't know why they said it. I wish that wasn't a thing. If it was up to me, you'd be gone too. I don't care how much they want to sit there and act like you're this great coach. You overcomplicate shit. Offensively, I knew that was you all game. Why are we doing this short shit? When we were winning games earlier this year, towards the end of the half of the year, when we had Bill Lazor calling things, we're throwing the ball down the field, we're getting open space underneath. Today, the only thing we wanted to do was run bootlegs and things underneath. That's all we wanted to do. We had one play, ended up getting caught, and we had 2 plays. We threw one to Wims down the field. He caught it the first time. Then we had another play. We threw down to the Wims on a reverse play. For the second time, Wims doesn't catch it. Whatever. Keep taking shots. The fuck are we shoot? We're playing to lose. We are playing to lose when you're not willing to throw the ball more than 3 yards. That's simple. That's simple. And that's not Mitch's fault that you're setting him up for that. And they can sit there and say, oh, they have to do that because of Mitch. Mitch, to me at least, call me crazy, but that last drive when he was throwing the ball down the field, he looked pretty fine. That pass early on, when you can't make the excuse that they weren't running the good part of the defense, they weren't running their starters or whatever, he looked pretty fine. Wims just dropped the ball, and Wims did catch the other one. And then they started doing the short shit again. Doesn't work. I swear, this game was embarrassing. Not just from a coaching standpoint. Up and down this roster, everybody was embarrassing. Javon Wims, I don't even know why he was in the game. After that miscatch, Riley Ridley should have been in there for the rest of the game. Riley Ridley came in the last possession and actually got 2 grabs. Played better than Javon Wims did all day. I'm a big Javon Wims fan. I loved him in college, but he did not deserve to play it today. He did not come ready to play today. Anthony Miller, he got ejected. You're playing with your lower on the depth chart receivers anyways. Put Riley Ridley in. Cole Kmet, he got a weird ass penalty for unsportsmanlike for throwing the ball above Jenkins. I don't know how that was on Cole Kmet or how that's a penalty or anything along those nature. Just whatever. You got to be able to adjust things. I'm being dead serious when I say this, Chicago fans. There is only a few people on the entire organization, and yes, that includes the coaching staff, that I think their jobs are safe. Their jobs that I would say are 100% safe, that you shouldn't be worrying about, are David Montgomery. He's been great. You should not be worrying about Jalen Johnson and Darnell Mooney. 3 players. Bill Lazor, I don't know how much of what the last 2 weeks we saw to Bill Lazor was. I have no idea, really. It felt a lot like Matt Nagy earlier in the year. If this is what Bill Lazor adapted to and went back to Nagy's ways, and this was Bill Lazor's play call, absolutely, he can go. But if we're going to get Bill Lazor to do what he did the few weeks where we were 3-1, then he can stay. Nagy, gone. Pagano, gone. Ryan Pace, gone. Go. I will not cry if you leave. Not going to happen. Trubisky, I'd love to say that you could stay on the team, and I hope you do, but the problem is a lot of the fans don't necessarily have a good narrative towards you just because you really haven't ever been set up for success. If you're back as a starter, great. If you're back as a backup, great. If you don't, if you end up in New England, you end up wherever, great. I wish you the best of success. A-Rob, same thing. Cordero Patterson, same thing. Whomever you want to bring up, I seriously hope they all have great success. But I cannot sit here and tell you that anybody else job outside of the 3 names I mentioned, jobs are safe. Eddie Jackson, I can't guarantee it. Khalil Mack, can't guarantee it. Who says we don't just say, you know what, full rebuild. We're not where we need to be. We're gonna trade our star defensive end here for something. Maybe some picks. Same thing with Eddie Jackson. Who says that doesn't happen? Same thing with Kyle Fuller. There's only 3 jobs on this team that I think are safe. Because they're young. They're the only people that have shown something on this team that have been enough to say, you know what, you don't have any doubts in you. You're the guy. I don't know what we do in the draft. Hopefully we go get Jalen Waddle. That's who I want. We need a third option at receiver, and we're going to end up needing a second option since I imagine A-Rob. And repped A-Rob today. Goodbye, I guess. Enjoy whatever team you are on. Hopefully you win a Super Bowl. But I want Jalen Waddle. It's going to be our second receiver next year. Can't guarantee Miller's going to be back. And to be quite honest, I don't even know if Miller was going to be any good. He's just been hit or miss. Riley Ridley, I would love to see us play him. Don't know how much we will. Whatever. Later this week, I'll be dropping who I want the Bears to target in the draft. I'll be dropping a video of who I want them to target in free agency. But today was an embarrassment. Not only to the Bears, not only to the world of the NFL. This was an embarrassment to CBS, Nickelodeon, anybody that streamed this game. It was an embarrassment towards them. It was an embarrassment towards America for being a game that's on prime time. Guess what? The Bears don't show up. What's new? Like I said, 3 players on this team's job are safe. I would like to see a lot of these players come back because obviously they're Bears. They're people that we, or as Bears fans, let into our lives. We're big fans of them. There's only a few Bears players that I've ever just completely hated. Cody Parkey being one. And it's mostly the entire list. Yeah, Javon Wims dropped a pass. Did it necessarily cost us the game? I don't know. Do I hate Javon Wims? I don't know. But there's just a lot of them. Hopefully they do come back. Hopefully we can turn things around. But I'm not a fan of the coaching staff. Definitely not a fan of the zone defense that Pagano's been running. And if Pagano wants to stay, he's going to have to grow some balls. Same thing with Nagy. You're playing a playoff game. There's no reason to be doing short shit. Throw the ball down the field. Grow a pair. Go win a football game. You're not here to play conservative football. This isn't you playing against the Jets. This isn't you playing just to be safe towards the end of the game. This isn't you playing just to be safe towards the end of the season because you already have a secured playoff spot. You don't want to get anybody injured. This isn't playing for that. Everything's on the line in the playoffs. Everything is on the line. And you failed. You when the moment was the brightest, you cowered in the corner like a little bitch. You said, you know what? I don't have balls. I'm not going to let my quarterback throw the ball down the field. I'm not going to set my players up for success. I'm not going to run a press defense against Michael Thomas and fucking Emmanuel Sanders. I'm not going to get up in the flats against Alvin Kamara. I'm going to play back on defense. I'm going to play zone defense, just try to keep them in front of us. You do realize you're playing Drew Brees. Drew Brees. You're not playing some young guy like Sam Darnold who might be a little confused with his own defense. You are playing an elite player that has been in the league for many years, that has experienced the playoffs. If Drew Brees can't read his own defense by now, he wouldn't be in the league. Why is he still in the league? Because he's good. If he couldn't read his own defense, there would be no reason for him to be in the league. Why the fuck are you running his own defense, Pagano? Why? Makes zero sense. Keep him in front of you. Yeah, that's great. But guess what? We got guys like Eddie Jackson whiffing on tackles. We don't have Roquan, so we're not getting those tackles. We have guys all over the place that just aren't making tackles. Press them. Get Kendall Vordor up into their guys. Get Kyle Fuller up into Michael Thomas. Get Duke Shelley into Emmanuel Sanders. Get Manti Te'o into a tight end. There should be zero excuses as to why somebody, a.k.a. Michael Thomas, is 8 yards down the field in front of 3 little players, one on his right, one on his left, one behind him. Nobody's near him. They're about 3-5 yards off of him, so he'll be able to catch the ball and get tackled immediately. You shouldn't be allowing him to do that. You shouldn't be allowing that. You should be up in him. And until they figure out that on the coaching side of things, this Bears organization will never, and I mean ever, be successful. They got to figure that out first. You can bring in whoever you want. I don't care who you bring in. Bring in Jalen Ramsey. You put him in a zone defense against Drew Brees, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. It doesn't care who you have. It's not going to look good. Offense. Doesn't matter who you have. You wanted to bring in Brady this offseason. What would have happened if you brought in Brady? Everybody would be questioning him. Well, maybe it was not him. Maybe it was Bill Belichick, because all they could do is get 2 or 3 yards per play because they refuse to run people down the field. They don't have trust in their old quarterback because they know he can't scramble. He knows he can't extend plays. Trubisky. They don't have trust in him because he's thrown a couple picks in his career. Who gives a shit? Grow a pair of balls. You want to win a football game, you got to be willing to play. You got to be willing to throw the ball. You got to be willing to have a chance down the field. And they were not willing to do it as a coaching staff. Regardless of how good Trubisky is, regardless of how good Wims is, regardless of how good anybody on the offense is, they needed to do something. If you put if you try to throw the ball on the field and Trubisky throws it into double coverage and gets an interception, guess what? That's not on you anymore. But if you're unwilling to even have that opportunity, if you're unwilling to give a shot down the field, then it comes back to the coaching staff. You want to be a team that wins football games. You don't want to be a team that plays not to lose. You want to be a team that plays to win. In the last 2 weeks, Chicago has played not to lose. They've played not to make mistakes. And you got to give them credit. This game, they didn't make a mistake offensively. They just didn't do shit offensively. Did they throw an interception? No. They almost fumbled. Did they fumble? No. They just didn't do shit. They didn't make a mistake. They just didn't do anything. And there should be no reason. You got to be willing to accept the fact that, you know what, it's football. Tom Brady's thrown picks. He's thrown picks in the Super Bowl. He still won them. Because you know what? They have a pair of balls. The Patriots back then, they had a pair of balls. The Buccaneers, they have pairs of balls. Josh Allen and the Bills, yeah, guess what? You might make a mistake, but guess what? You got to put points on the board. You can't be doing short shit. You can't be playing as if it's a close game with 4 minutes left and you're just playing safe and punting them the ball back. It's the playoffs. And on top of that, we're at, what was it, like 4th and 6 from our own 30. Nothing to lose. We're already down 3 possessions. 4 minutes left. And instead of, you know what, fuck it, we're going to try to win this game. We're going to try to take a shot down the field, maybe get a first down, maybe get another point up before the 2-minute warning, make things tight, maybe make it a 1-possession game late. They said, you know what, we'll just punt the ball. We'll just give it to them. We'll cower away. We'll be bitches. Here, have the fucking ball, Drew Brees. Go possibly get another touchdown. Be our guest. We don't care. Have fun. Have fun, Drew Brees. We're not going to retire you. There's nobody on this coaching staff that even deserves to be considered to stay. I don't know how Nagy's safe. I really don't. And I know I'm rambling, but I don't even fucking care. Enjoy it. I don't give a shit. Enjoy my little rant. Comment in the section down below. Oh my god, it's not Nagy's fault. It's not Nagy's fault, but he's not willing to throw the ball down the field. And you can't sit there and you can't say he's not scheming up Trubisky to do it because Trubisky's proven not to throw the deep ball. Guess what? Whether Trubisky's proven it or not, it's the playoffs. Grow a fucking pair of balls, throw the ball down the field, and give somebody a chance to win a fucking football game. It doesn't matter if Trubisky's shown he can do it. And yes, he has shown he can do it. Remember that Eagles game when he drove down the field 40-something yards to get Cody Parkey in his position? Yeah, I remember that. You remember this game at the end when he threw the ball down the field? Oh yeah, guess what? He did it. What if he throws up interception? Who gives a shit? Keep fucking doing it. Keep going at the field. Keep being risky. You're not playing to be safe. You're playing to fucking win a football game. And today, we did not have that. Today, we played not to make a mistake. This ain't a practice. This isn't a scrimmage. This is real. This is the playoffs. Everything's on the line. Not only was certain people's jobs on the line, not only was our season on the line, integrity was on the line. And when it mattered the most, Nagy sat there and he said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to set up my quarterback to look terrible. It's going to be all on him. Goodbye, Mitch. Enjoy your career somewhere else. I already know my job is safe. I'm going to play safe. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm just going to play losing football. Today's mentality wasn't to win. It never was to win. We started off the game with a screen behind the line of scrimmage. Why? That's the first play you show in a playoff game. Not a shot. Not a run immediately to establish the run game. The first thing you want to do is throw Miller behind Trubisky, throw the ball backwards to Miller for 3 yards. That's not on Mitch. You can blame whatever you want on Mitch, and it's okay. Whatever. He's the easy out. But you got to start looking at the guys at top. Nagy's been a joke. Pagano, he's been a joke. Pace, he's been a joke. Hold them accountable. Tomorrow morning, I know it's not going to be the case. I don't want to see Ryan Pace there. I don't want to see Pagano there. I don't want to see Nagy there. I want to wake up to hearing that we have a fresh new slate of football. Next year, we're not going to be a winning team. I guarantee you that. We're going into rebuild mode now. You have Khalil Mack on your team. You have Eddie Jackson. You have all these players that are supposed to be elite, and you can't do anything with them. Your defense looks terrible, even though you have these elite players. Your offense looks terrible, even though you have a top 10 receiver and a running back that's out here performing great over the last few weeks. And you got a quarterback who statistically has been the second best quarterback since he's returned behind Aaron Rodgers. Why are we losing? Why are we losing? I don't know. Maybe it's one of the multiple things I've said. But like I said, later this week I'll be giving you a breakdown of what I'll do in the offseason. Do I bring Mitch back? I don't know. I haven't made my list yet. Do I bring Allen Robinson back? Honestly, I personally would. I would also personally bring back Mitch. I'd also personally bring back almost everybody and adjust some of the things on the coaching side because I think you can get the job done. But obviously, that's not going to be the case. It's not going to be the case. Next year is going to be a long year. I imagine next year we're not going to be a team that makes 500. I'm being dead serious. We're going to be rebuilding. And I'm not sure if Mac's going to be there. I'm not sure if Jackson's going to be there. I'm not sure if Fuller's going to be there. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be there. Hope to God Foles is gone. Doesn't matter. Next year, we are not going to be a good team. Next year, we are tanking. We are going to be a bottom team in the league, bottom 6, 7 team. We're going to be the bottom of the NFC North. It's going to be bad. Expect it. Because we need to go into full rebuild because what we have right now isn't working. And I don't think it's necessarily the player's fault. It all starts at the top. And with the way Chicago has been ran over the past, how long? Forever. My entire lifetime. It's been poorly ran. They're going to hold the players as the guys that are the problem. They're going to sit there and blame everybody but the guys at top. They can have as many elite players as they want. They'll never be successful as long as they got those guys running that team. That's simple. So until that is fixed, I don't think we're going to be a good team. But this offseason, I guarantee you, the thing we are going to be doing this offseason is the exact same thing we did last season. We're going to be looking at the quarterback. We're going to be like, oh, who can we pick? Maybe Jacoby Brissett. Okay. But that's not going to solve all of our issues. Getting rid of Mitch isn't necessarily solving an issue. I don't think Mitch is necessarily an issue. Is he the best? No. Is he serviceable? Yes. Is he a winning quarterback? He has been. He has not had a losing season in the NFL. His worst record is 8-8 last year. This year was 6-4. He doesn't have that losing season. He can win games. Is it necessarily the way you probably want to win them? I don't know. But quarterback isn't going to fix all the problems. Quarterback's not going to fix the fact that when Jalen Johnson and Buster Screen go down, we literally are relying on guys that have not played a single NFL snap. Duke Shelley, I love him. Kendall Vildor, love him. The problem is, neither of them were really ready to step into Jalen Johnson's shoes. None of them were really ready to step into Buster Screen's shoes. We got guys like Robert Quinn running on the edge. We're paying him a lot, but he's not impactful. And we got Khalil Mack. He's making a lot of money. Doesn't get double-digit sacks. We got Trevathan. For some reason, he's in coverage over receivers, not even just tight ends. He's over coverage on guys like Michael Thomas. Sorry if you can hear the people out there cheering for the game. But there's really nothing that makes sense for us, especially defensively. We have the players defensively be an elite defense, but the way we play our defense is not a style that is elite. When we were good in 2018, we forced turnovers. This year, we literally just played not to lose games. We literally just played, you know what, just stay in front of us and we'll hope that we can tackle you. We're not going to give you anything deep. We're not going to press you. We're not going to be risky. We're not going to try to get at the quarterback. We're not going to try to force mistakes. We're just going to be solid on defense. Nothing more, nothing less. Like I said, the best teams, especially look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs is a team that Matt Nagy wants to replicate. Whether you want to sit there and say Trubisky is comparable to Mahomes or not, obviously he's not. But you want to do it. You want to be the Chiefs system. Great. Let your quarterback throw the ball down the field. You want to have an elite defense. Great. But you got to take the risks. You got to take the passes down the field if you're on the offensive side of things. You got to press into the best receivers. If you get blown by, you get blown by. Guess what? That's why you got safety help. You can't be running zone defenses. You can't be doing short shit on offense. It's got to be fixed. I'm into the video here. I'm just rambling at this point. It's just so frustrating because I know for a fact this team could win a Super Bowl if coached properly. But everybody wants to blame the players. That's fine. Yes, we had players make mistakes. Guess what? Brady's made mistakes. He's won a lot of Super Bowls while doing it. Guess what? There's been a lot of great players to make mistakes. But the reason why they're able to come back from their mistakes is because the coaches are willing to give them another shot, willing to be risky. Our coaching staff doesn't even want to have any risk at all. They just want it to be a clean game, no mistakes. If we win, we win. And that's not a way to play football. That's just not the way you play football. I'm getting out of here. See you guys later this week for whatever I say about the free agency shit and the draft. But you'll also be getting a playoff review Monday. So the day after this comes out, you'll be getting a full playoff recap, little shortened version of me rambling for 26-something minutes on the Bears, obviously. I don't imagine that video will go much over 20 minutes anyways by itself. Yet alone, just the Bears. It's going to be shortened, believe me. But it's disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. I'm at a loss for words.